What's going on?
I'm picking out my future brother-in-law.
Well, everyone who's watching the live's gonna.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Sorry we're late.
Sometimes it happens when you have ADHD. I call it fingerprints of ADHD because you can track a lot of our challenges right on back to ADHD. Speaking of ADHD, does anybody here on this live stream? Oh, there we go. Gronkin, ready to be coached. Let's go, Gronkin. All you got to do is tell me what you need coached on. That's why we're here. I love giving away free coaching because, heck, I mean, I got to be here to do my laundry anyways. So let's go. What do you need? Neck meats. That's pretty funny. What does that mean? Hey, Whimsy. Hey, Dana. What's up, Rebecca? Welcome, everyone. We're here in tropical Cleveland, Ohio. I'm Coach Ryan, certified ADHD coach. This is my beautiful wife, Andrea.
Hi, guys.
She's neurotypical. She helps me a lot. Speaking of helping, what do you all need help with? Because we're here to let you know you're not alone. Not anymore. We're going to be doing some laundry. If you have some tasks that you've been avoiding, whether that's laundry or other things, feel free to join us and we can be your accountability partners. You could just throw it in the chat. Let us know what you're working on. We're in the mood to help you, dudes. You ain't never had friends like us. Do you get it, Andrew?
Yeah.
Can your friends do this with their ADHD? Oh man, I don't want to get flagged for copyright. They're going to think with my singing that I'm the real deal here. Hey, you know another thing that we do, everyone? We like to celebrate even small victories. So is there anything that's going well in your life that we can celebrate with you? Because a lot of times, those of us with ADHD, we tend to focus on what's not going great, right? That part's easy. But we can also focus on what is going well. So anyone have any of those? Nancy's here. Britt's here. What's up, everybody? We're just here doing some laundry. I'm here with my wife, Andrea. This is folding with friends because friends don't let friends fold alone. That's our motto.
Mm-hmm. And we're sticking to it.
Even though we're tired.
That's why I'm here, even though we definitely want to just pass out on the bed. Because we are exhausted.
Long day.
Long day.
So tell us some good news. What can we celebrate with you?
I'm going to celebrate it being like tomorrow, like one of the warmest days of the summer so far.
Yes.
So I'm thinking of taking the kids like maybe to the splash pad.
That'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
I'll celebrate that we're coming out with some brand new Ryan Mayer coaching ADHD merchandise. That's pretty fun.
Yeah. Did Mariah figure out a way to do like the pre-launch list? If people want to get on the list for the as soon as the merch drops.
If you want a chance at getting some free merch, you can. What can they do, honey? I have a post on all the platforms that shows me unveiling some of the merch, some of the t-shirt designs. But you can send me a DM and let me know you want to be in the running for the free merch, because we're going to get some out to people. It's going to be fun. Who doesn't like some free stuff? We
So
got
what kind of-
t-shirts. We got stickers.
What kind of designs are they? Like, did you make them yourself?
I came up with a lot of them myself, and then our director of marketing helped me to like take the design from my idea to like the final product, and then I would give my feedback, and I'd say I don't like that color, or I want it to be a little bit bigger or smaller or whatever. But these are all like probably 95% of the actual ideas of what goes on the shirt came from me. And I've been building these things up for several years, and then I was encouraged by Andrea to use it as an incentive. So that's what we've been doing. And now we're ready to unleash that on the world. So if you are interested, let us know. And some of them are in the pile here. I'll show them when we get to them. Mama Jane is here. Pam Mac 4. Hey, let us know. Where are you checking in from? And do you have any tasks you've been avoiding? If so, we can help with that.
How was did you have coaching call today, group coaching?
Sure did.
Yeah, how was it?
Today was a really valuable one because a lot of the people who attended were very vulnerable and shared that they just were not feeling it. Everyone was feeling very drained today. But that's okay, because that's one of the, I would say, arguably one of the best parts of coaching is knowing that, like, being there with other people who are also going through some of the same struggles, to know that you're not alone.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Here's one of the shirts.
Whoop, whoop.
Check this out. What do y'all think?
Very cool.
Our brains are faster than normal, right? So people were talking about how even the smallest tasks can sometimes be really draining and hard for us to get started on. So we talked about the power of momentum and starting super small, and how it can be so effective to like start small, but then it gets bigger. So we have someone who's in sales. So we were talking about how even just opening up the customer relationship management software can be something we avoid because of everything that's inside of it. But that once he got that open, then he was able to get started. And we even did some of the stuff on the call together. So that's what's cool about the coaching too, is that people will actually take action on the call. So we had another person who was feeling very tired and just very kind of like down on herself. And I asked, what are some things that she can do or has done in the past? Because I asked her, like, what could you do to feel better? And she was just like, honestly, Ryan, I don't even know. I'm like, okay, well, no problem. How about this? What have you done in the past that has helped you? She's like, well, I mean, I guess I like doing yoga. I'm like, all right. Well, how do you sign up for yoga? Well, I just have to log in to like the class schedule and see if I'm available. And I said, all right, would you be interested in doing that during the call? And like what usually happens, she kind of like rolls her eyes, like she doesn't want to do it, which same thing for me. I get it. But then she signed up for it. So now tomorrow she's going to yoga.
Woohoo!
And then another person, she is introverted, but unfortunately her job requires her to do some pieces of it that are extroverted. So we were talking again about energy management, and I said, what are some of the things you do to recharge, like in the workplace specifically? And she said, well, there is some like research projects that I do that really get me excited. And I'm like, okay, could you do any of those? She's like, well, I've been waiting to get approval from my boss. And I said, all right, well, when did you reach out? Well, it's been a while, haven't heard back. I said, all right, what do you think about just sending your boss a message to check in on that while we're on the call? Okay, I guess I can do that. So she did. And I don't know if she heard back or not, but it's at least taking steps. And that's the thing, is like sometimes it's hard to do it by ourselves. But when we are forced in a good way, positive peer pressure, to face that task we don't want to do, and then we just take care of it, it helps to make it easier. So I think it was a really good call.
Good. Glad to hear that, honey. Is there any openings currently?
Not only is there openings, but we're giving away some free coaching for my birthday month of June.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody's interested in getting some free coaching, let me know.
Okay.
And all they have to do is be a part of the Ryan Mayer coaching community, and they can get access to some free coaching. Can you tell them how to do that?
Yeah, guys, in the profile, the very first button is book a free call. So you can book a free intro call there for group or one-on-one coaching. And you could also go to ryanmayercoaching.com, and you'll see a button at the top also to book a call. It's completely free, that intro call, just to see if coaching would be a fit for you.
Because a lot of people aren't really sure exactly what coaching is, which I wasn't either until I learned about it at one of the ADHD conferences that I went to. And then when I was hitting a particularly rough patch at work, I actually looked into getting a coach myself, and it was a huge help for me to just validate that my feelings are okay to have. Hey, by the way, if you're here, get some thumb exercise. Double tap on here, give it a like. Krista with the sunflower, we sure would love it if you would give us a like.
And circling back to your one client that was talking about struggles they were having at work, I recall that you have created a free masterclass, 5 Shifts to Conquer ADHD at Work.
You betcha.
And that's on the website, ryanmayercoaching.com. The very first button, the first picture you come to, you just click on it. And that gets you to the masterclass, which is completely free.
Basically, here's the deal, everyone. I don't want you to have any reason not to take action. Price can literally no longer be the thing that stops you.
Mm-hmm.
You can join the free community. We're sharing wins, we're celebrating, we're helping each other. So it's really a powerful thing.
Absolutely. And there's actionable steps like you can take immediately. There's tips that you can put into action right away. Like you don't need to go through a whole big transformation or make these big changes. Just one little change, just step at a time.
Well, that's like what I tell my clients all the time is little hinges can swing big doors. In other words, like if you make one small change, like I was talking to a client who was trying to overcome his love of cookies after dinner with willpower. And he just kept giving in to the craving for cookies. And then I made the suggestion, what do you think about asking your wife to not buy cookies anymore? And that made it way easier. Because when he got that urge to eat cookies, he was like, well, do I want them bad enough that I'm going to get in my car and drive 6 miles to the store? Like, okay, no, I'm not going to.
Not worth it.
So in other words, you make a little change by being willing to just say, hey, honey, please don't buy those anymore.
Yeah.
And then you're good to go.
Absolutely.
We also talked about how movement is magical. So I had a client who, by the way, I just relate to my clients because I have ADHD. So a lot of times the things they're struggling with, I'm either currently struggling with or have experience struggling with. That's why I became a coach myself. What's up, Animated Kevin? Hey, VGK Scott. Oh, thank you. So VGK Scott said, keep up the great work on your podcast.
Aww. The More Than ADHD podcast. New episode is out today.
Hey, has anyone heard any of my podcast episodes? I have a big goal that actually you could help me with today. Today, right here, you can help me. I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the year. And I'm at a little over 4,000. And with your help, we can make that goal happen. And you could get to hear some of the podcasts and the awesome guests that I have. And I get to finally take a deeper dive into some of the things that I know from working with my clients are very big challenges for ADHD, things we want to open up to learn more about.
So what's this new
What's up, Cheryl?
the More Than ADHD podcast episode on YouTube? What is the new
Topic
of it?
Cheryl, are you subscribed to me on YouTube? It is RSD, which is rejection sensitivity dysphoria, which is known to be the most challenging, the most impairing symptom of all of ADHD. And there's no treatment for it, and people don't really understand it. So I help to unpack what it is and techniques on how to cope with it. And that was inspired by conversations I have with my clients every day. Oh, good. Please do. Hey, Peach. What's up, Devon? Jada's here. Nana Jan is here. Welcome, everyone. If you're just joining, welcome. You belong here. This is a safe space, judgment-free zone. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Always interesting to know where our friends are from.
We're here folding our laundry, and we're doing a body double session. So if you want to fold your laundry too, you're welcome to. If you want to work on another task,
that's cool too.
Put it in the chat. Let us know what you're working on.
A lot of the entrepreneurs that I work with, because I had actually a kickoff call with my newest client today, and he was just talking about having to deal with big expectations. Because sometimes we can be overly optimistic, and he's just starting up this company, and he was hoping that he would have been further along at this point. So he was, beating himself up about that. And I told him, hey, you don't have to do all this stuff by yourself. There's people who are well qualified who can help you so that you can focus on higher level things. That's why I always say a line from Gino Wickman, the author of the book Traction, delegate to elevate. In other words, like delegate the stuff that you don't really want to do or you're not very good at so that you can focus on the things that are within your wheelhouse. So we had a good talk about that and starting to get the ball rolling there.
Let's hydrate our brains, shall we? Cheers.
Cheers. By the way, here's some of the new merch I'm coming out with. Check it out. What up, B? Okay, London, UK. Delta B Mike. So glad you're here. Southern Patriots in South Carolina. South Carolina. Long Beach, California. Love it. So happy you're all here. We're just doing a body double accountability session. Let us know what you are going to be working on during this time. And if you want some free coaching, let us know that too. I'm giving away some free group coaching. So if that's something that would interest you. Maybe our good friend Al Go Rhythm brought you here for a reason. Thanks, Al. And also, I'm in the market for a new sponsor for the More Than ADHD podcast. So if anyone has any suggestions, we're all ears. Let us know. If you have some organizations that you think might be interested in reaching those in our neurodivergent population. All right, we're making good progress.
Mm-hmm.
How about you out there? How's everyone doing? You making progress? Oh, you need one of those cups. Yeah, good, good. Well, Cheryl, I'll send you the link. When you're going to subscribe, to the YouTube channel, you can also go to ryanmayercoaching.com and there's the merch store. Andrew, do you know if there's a link to the merch in my profile?
It's shop.ryanmayercoaching.com.
Okay. What's up, G Mikey Mike? Oh yeah, it hasn't officially dropped yet. Okay, Delta B Mike wants to know more about RSD. Would love to help. So rejection, sensitivity, dysphoria. Arguably the most impairing symptom of ADHD. It basically is like, you think of euphoria, which is you're like out of your mind happy. Well, this is, I call it the fog of war. When you get so upset at either rejection or perceived rejection that you like can't really function. It's extremely debilitating. It can sometimes manifest, like there's science that backs this up. It lights up the same regions of the brain as physical pain. So it registers in our brain like physical pain. And one of the most fascinating aspects of it is that it's sometimes not even real. In other words, there's times when, for example, a significant other of the person with ADHD might say something that's not even directly a criticism. It's not an outright criticism, but yet the person with ADHD still feels that way. Delta B Mike, is that relating for you? And then because of the way it manifests, like I know for me, for example, in my previous roles in enterprise sales, like going into like doing a job in sales, you expect rejection. That's just part of the deal. It comes along with the territory. But the harder part for me was having the internal meetings with my management teams when I would need to provide the update. And if I felt like I was disappointing them, if I wasn't producing the results, I would feel this shame and I couldn't think straight. Like they'd be asking for updates on certain opportunities and I literally couldn't even remember. So it's just very strange, very hard to wrap our heads around. But that's why it's so important to put ourselves as often as possible into situations where we can leverage our strengths. So that's where I help my clients to use my More Than ADHD system, where we tap into your strengths. And we're taking a strengths-based approach instead of a deficit-related or deficit-focused approach. Like, hey, what do you want to get better at? Oh, why do you stink at that? Let's work on it. Instead, let's focus on what you do well and try to adapt your approach to align with that. Yeah. Cheryl says it's an awful feeling. Mike, I'm glad and I'm also sorry that it's resonating with you. Hey, Kiera, thanks for following. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, guys, come on and join the Ryan Mayer Coaching ADHD Coach Ryan digital community on Patreon.
And Kiera, I just want to say
it's totally free to join, guys.
I see your screen name. It's Kiera. I want to say yay, it's Kiera. Like, I don't know if it's too late to change that screen name, but just know that you're worthy. Because that feels very negative self-talk. And the words that we say matter. They have an impact.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is the one I said was too small for Ethan.
Yeah, it looks like
Right?
it looks like I might need some work on the.
Well, I'm not worrying about it because it's not my problem right now.
And then what's always interesting is how my clients everyone takes different approaches. So I know one of my clients, for him, he's created this system that might not work for everyone, but it seems to work for him, where he sets an alarm on his phone for literally every hour of the day.
Uh-huh.
And the purpose of this is to kind of like pull him back out of just like mind wandering.
Okay.
For him to think about, oh, okay, what am I working on? And is this what I wanted to be working on?
Okay. Does it work?
Yeah, for him it works.
Cool.
But what I really appreciate about this client is that he knows, even though he's fairly early on in his ADHD journey, he knows himself and ADHD well enough that he knows that even though it's working right now, that doesn't mean it's going to last forever.
Yeah.
So we have to constantly be innovating to figure out what's going to work. So he's already keeping his eye on the horizon to make sure that he's got something that works for him.
Absolutely.
It was really cute when Shane was wearing this the other day because it reminded me of Ethan's 2-year-old photo shoot.
So cute.
He looks so handsome in it.
So handsome. Was he kissing you on the shoulder last night when you were putting him to bed?
A little bit, and then like our soon-to-be 3-year-old wanted somebody to go lay with him. So Andrea and I switch off, different times, and yesterday was my turn to do that. And so I'm laying next to him in his miniature bed. So I was like crammed in this bed. It was really funny. And I was purposely breathing heavily to like make it seem as though I'd already fallen asleep, because he's trying to like talk with me and I'm just like, like breathing real loud.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Dad, turn the other way."
Because you're breathing in his face.
I was like breathing too loud. But then when I turned over, he like put his arm over me, like snuggled me.
Aww.
So that was real cute.
That is cute. It's so precious.
So even though Andrea and I are really focusing on having the kids get themselves to bed, like, okay, you're upstairs now, like we help them get to bed, but then once you're in bed, like you gotta stay in bed. There's still those moments where it's like real cute and we can't help ourselves. Like tonight when I was getting our daughter, Lila, ready for bed, she was just being silly. And when I was trying to help her get dressed, she wanted to do a headstand like against her bed. And so for the first time, she did a headstand. Like I helped her to get it straight, but then she was able to hold it.
Oh my God.
So she thought that was real cool.
That is fun.
So that's Lila's win for the day. She did a
First
headstand. How about all of you? What kind of things can we celebrate with you today? What did you get done? Did you get some errands done? Did you put some clothes away? Did you get some shopping done? Did you get kids transported to where they need to go? Did you get parents transported to where they need to go? all that stuff takes time and effort. And so I think a lot of times, especially if we're working on family stuff, we discount that. But like I'm always saying to Andrea, how grateful I am that she organizes all of the logistics. Thank you, honey, for doing that.
You're welcome.
She organizes all the logistics for our family and tells me where I need to be because that's very hard for my ADHD. So it's definitely not a small feat to get that stuff done.
And tomorrow, I'd really appreciate it if I get some Andrea time.
Yeah.
Like that hasn't happened in a while.
So what can we do for that?
At 5 o'clock, you step out of your office and you say, Andrea, please go leave the house for an hour and a half, have your own time, and you manage the children.
Cool.
What would be the best way to remember for you to do that? Should you write yourself a Post-it note, or do you want to make an alarm in your phone?
Yeah, maybe an alarm on my phone.
Okay. Did we wash Ethan's jersey?
It's
Okay. All right, guys, if you haven't subscribed to Ryan Mayer Coaching on YouTube yet, what are you waiting for? Get in there, do it now. There's a new podcast episode that just launched today about rejection sensitivity dysphoria.
Delta Mike B, if you're still there. I would love to have you go subscribe and check out the episode and leave a comment on what you found was most helpful. I try to keep them pretty short. I think this one was like 16 minutes long or something. So I try to do it so that you can crank up the speed a little faster and listen to it while you're doing some chores or what?
All these dirty white clothes, but I don't care.
Too tired to care.
Do you know what the next episode's going to be on yet? The topic?
No.
Maybe.
Do you have a suggestion?
Well, I had a suggestion. Maybe you could ask the digital community for suggestions.
Great idea. We can also ask our Folding with Friends family here.
Speaking of, join the ADHD Coach Ryan community.
And you can have an impact on what my content is about.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
There's a link to join the community in the profile. And also you could go to ryanmayercoaching.com and it's the very top link, join the community at the top of the website.
I thought you said the masterclass was the top thing.
The masterclass is the big picture on the right. The very top red bar has a link in it to the community and to the podcast.
Sweet. Getting closer.
I'm so tired.
We're almost there.
Super duper tired. Can't make it.
Can't go on. Go on without me. Might need a couple socks from the orphanage.
Okay.
but maybe not. Let's see where we end up. So what do you think, everyone? Was this helpful for you? Did you get something out of the episode today? Did you get something done? Were you able to make progress on maybe something you were avoiding? I don't know. I'm just wondering. If you're not already subscribed to my content, please consider doing so. It sure does help us to reach more people.
Mm-hmm. Get the word out about the neuroinclusion revolution.
The inclusion revolution. And the main thing we just want you and everyone in the community to know is that you are not alone. We're here to support you. The community's here to support you. Reach out if you need help. It's okay to not be okay. And you can reach out because there's people who understand and are ready to support you.
That's right. Get that help you need.
Specifically, I'm looking for a blue one. There it is. Bam shalam.
All right, guys, we're getting close. Put in the chat. Let us know if you accomplished your task. Tell us how it's going.
Yep. They're all going.
Okay, there we go. We're done.
Finished.
DONE, just like that.
You're working on holding your bed down. Okay, good.
Okay, good job, everybody.
What's up, Indigo Life Media? All right, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. Oh, I had a question. Oh, yeah, Jello, you have another win. And by the way, the merch getting ready to drop soon. You can send me a message. I'm going to get you some of it for sure. You got a new poster today. That's a win. What's the poster? Star Wars. While I'm waiting to hear from Jello, just want to tell everyone you are enough. You're beautiful just the way you are. ADHD does not define you. It's just part of you. That's all. Because you are more than your ADHD. Nigan. I don't even know what that is, but that sounds awesome. Thanks for being here. We'll see you guys next Tuesday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern. Sound good? Bye.
Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night.